Hey everyone, it's Jalon coming back again with another episode of my weekly recap. Today currently is August 27th, 2018, and this is going to be episode 34 of my weekly recap. So let's get straight into it. This past week was my third full week at Intel with my new position. Honestly, went by really quick again, just like any other week. I think it was very exciting this week or this past week, because I actually get to work with with one of the senior developers, where he helped me to get up to speed, gave me the environments and the tools, and handed me a task on what I should be working on, which is migrating um, a, an automation suite of tests into this new system for better optimizations and better automations. So pretty much the whole week I just been digging through the code, trying things, writing some tests, really struggling a lot in the code base, as well as um, figuring things out. Digging in the trenches and seeking help whenever I am stuck. So, which is a lot of the times, but I think that's part of the process, right? You're part of the learning curve, and then it's really that's being a part of developing and learning. It's just really getting your hands dirty and trying different things and figuring out different things and struggling and asking for help and things like that. So I'm really excited about that, and I'm pretty much this week I'm going to be doing that same thing again, just struggling and digging through and doing the migrations and trying and failing and things like that. So I'm super excited for that, and give me a lot of opportunity to learn, right? Learn about some of the incredible techniques that people use as version control, as well as some of the testing uh, procedures, and learning the API itself of how it operates and how I need to test in the process and the steps behind each test and the workflow of the API. So really stoked about that. Gone about to head to work in a bit and go out there and crush out another awesome week. Aside from work, I also finished up my third week's course with MongoDB, which is awesome. Honestly, it's this the course hasn't been very code heavy. It's primarily about learning about the concepts, as well as implementing some of the PyMongo features into an existing UI infrastructure. So, which is good and bad, right? I wanted to give me more opportunity to learn about the world and of MongoDB, which is as well as opportunities for me to practice my Python skills. However, they do hand out majority of the code and the structure, so all you have to do is pretty much fill out a portion of the code, which is nonetheless still good, right? It still is the best way to learn um, about MongoDBs and how it works in this in the Python structure. But at the same time, I wish I had a little opportunity into the code base and really understand, a chance for me to practice. So that was awesome. And aside from that, also started learning more about Excel spreadsheets on lynda.com. Just want to get my statistics and be a little bit more proficient at Excel. And at the same time, with carrying on to my previous episode of my new habits that I've developed, which is listening to podcasts and reading at lunch. Still continue to do that. Has been really helpful. And I think the biggest thing is just finding the time, right? Having that as a priority, and knowing and recognizing and being aware of the fact that I am taking action, which is little by little, and the compounding effects will definitely build up for me, and I can definitely will see the results over the course of the past couple of weeks. And definitely for me, definitely notice that I'm getting back to my old self, or into the mode of where I'm constantly learning and constantly striving for different things. So, and that on top of that is just um, a great time for me to get away from the technology, from the phone, and just really um, get myself together. Give me a chance to isolate myself and separate from the technologies, and dive into this new realm of working on my brain and learning and working on myself all the time. So I'm really proud of that. And carrying on to that topic, and I just want to touch on one of the key learnings that I had was this past week is knowledge is not power, but knowledge is potential power. Execution of that knowledge is the game. That's where you get the powers from. So, and that's Tony Robbins says it best, where it doesn't matter how much you read. You can't read a book to lose weight. So you actually have to put it into action. So that's what I've been doing. Learning about the financial games and listening to this podcast again. Really understanding how the financial industry works, and really taking the appropriate action after I feel, feel like I am well informed of the game. It's kind of like crazy, right? It's we all go into this financial game, invest for your retirements and things like that. But then, can you really imagine going to a game without really knowing the rules of the game? To me, that's kind of stunning. That's what majority of the people are, and I just want to be well informed of what I'm getting myself into before I getting into the game fully. So just continuing on into the momentum of just learning and learning and learning, and obviously doing my own research outside of work and in my spare time, and gaining that knowledge and then putting that into action. So, which is I'm really proud of that. So that's my major learning that I had this week. So with that being said, that's pretty much all I want to touch on. I hope everybody have a fantastic weekend, and this week is another awesome week. Go out there and crush it, and I will talk to you guys very soon.